Hello everyone to the third day of Python workshop. So without wasting much time, I hand over to Rahul sir.
Hey guys, it's Rahul here. I'm audible.
Yeah, you're audible.
All right, so welcome to the session, guys. And today we are going to discuss about functions in Python. So if you remember, yesterday we created one small text calculator using if and else logic. And today what we will do is today we'll create the same text calculator. Let's create the same text calculator which we used in the last session. And I will use function for that. So I don't have to write the entire big code again and again. It is just a one-time job for me, and you can call the functions directly, and that can be leveraged for your day-to-day work, right? Let's start that. So here is the code which we created in the last session. If you guys remember, this was the code. I have to give the amount, and based on that, the text is getting calculated. Now, what I want is I want to make this as a function so that I just have to call the function, right? I'll give this function name as text calculator, and I will just call this function. So to create a function, we have to use a keyword called def. Def is like defining a function. I want to define a function. So I'm defining a function, and here the function name which I'm giving is, let's say, text calculator. And this text calculator requires one input from the user, and that input is nothing but my income amount, right? So here I want this income amount as an input from the user. User will give that input. So here I will write income amount. So basically here I am defining a function. Here I am giving the function name, and here I am giving the input value which is required to run that particular function. After that, you can see I have to apply colon. That is the syntax again. It requires a colon, and I put the colon and I put enter. So you can see that there is a one tab indentation. There is one tab gap, you can see. That is known as indentation. So indentation is very much required when we work with Python functions, right? So this should be one gap, one tab gap. After that, again, I will write all this logic which we already created. So I'll just copy this logic and put this here. Now you can see that how it works. I gave the calculator name, text calculator. It is looking for the input amount, and then this logic. Here we have to take care of the indentation. You can see that here the indentation is not coming properly. If I run this code as of now, it will throw me an error because this indentation means what? If I will call, you can see here I had if, then these two lines are one tab separated, then else, then again these two lines are one tab separated, then else if, then again these two lines are one tab separated, and so on. And here it is not happening like that. So that we have to take care of, because there is one indentation coming from this function, After that, we will have to give like this, and this elif should be below if, and this again requires a tab. This elif should also be below if, then again requires the tab, then again this requires a tab, and then this requires tab. Okay. Now you can see that everything is tab indented. So there is an indentation coming here. This is one tab. And then if requires this tab, so here is the tab, which is one tab separator. And again, this elif is below if, and so on. Now this code should work perfectly fine. So you can see that everything is done, looks like. I executed the code and you can see that it did not give me any error. Now my function called text calculator is ready. Now I don't have to write this command, this entire code again and again. I just have to call this function text calculator and requires a salary. Let's say I'm passing 10,000. You see the text calculated is zero. Why? Because when the salary is less than 2,50,000, then the tax amount which we gave was zero. So you can see it's coming as zero. And let's say let me increase the salary to 10 lakh. You can see it is giving me 10,000 because it is this one, right? So basically here you can see that 10% is what I'm getting the tax. If I had to increase my salary, let's say here, you will have to give all your salary. Okay. So similarly, I have if condition is there, and I can have nested if as well. Like suppose after if I have to write one more ifs inside if, that is also possible. But that depends on the scenario. Maybe you guys have some requirement like that, so that can be achieved. Okay. Now let me create some small functions as well. Yes, you have to import. This is like everything running on the RAM, guys. So whatever we are doing is, if I close this file, you have to do it again. That will always be there. So you have to just save the code and you can execute it all together. It will run. Now let's say I want to add two numbers. Now here we did a good job. We created a function which is helping us to find the tax details. But now let's create a small course which will help us understand what all things can be done. Because as of now, here I have given the income amount, right? I can make it more dynamic as well. Let's say let's make it more dynamic. Let's say I want to give the interest rate also based on the income amount which you are passing, and I'll give I'll give the in what do you say tax rate tax rate. You can specify financial year as well. Again, it depends on how the logic you are building. This code we are already aware of, Keshav. This is nothing new. I am just converting it to a function. I will talk about how we can make it small example. But as of now, this is, I'm not talking about anything new as such. This is what we discussed in the last class. Right? So it's nothing new for us. So now here tax rate is what decided by the user only. Like when you are passing the income amount, you have to give the tax rate also, right? And this tax rate will be used where I will use here in place of zero, here, here, and here. Done. Now here I am passing two inputs for, and here what I want is, suppose I am not passing any tax rate. If I am not passing any tax rate here, then by default it should take 10%. So this is my default value. If you are not passing any value, then default will be 10%. So now what will happen now? Let's say I am passing tax calculator, and let's say I'm passing some amount, but I'm not passing the tax rate. You can see that it is giving me what? It is giving me this value because the condition is already there, right? This is satisfying this condition. So let me reduce some amount. I'm getting 10,000, 10%. Let me increase little bit of amount. It, you see, it is taking 10% only, right? If I put any number, let's say I put this number, my tax rate is 10% only. It will take only 10%. Okay. But let's say I want to give some tax rate from my side. Let's say 0.2%. So now it will calculate based on the 0.2%, 20%. Okay. Here the amount, the condition is not following. Someone is asking that why it's not taking 10%, because the amount which I passed is more than 15 lakhs, right? If the amount is more than 15 lakhs, it is directly jumping to this else clause. There is no tax calculation happening there. Okay. As of now, we cannot save the function permanently, but as I mentioned, like when we create a apps and all at that point in time, we can able to do that. Now again, I see that people are pinging in and saying that take the actual tax calculation and all different rate slabs. That will be more relevant. So I'm not from tax background. You have to give me the details for it, right? How you want. This is what I understand taxes. I'm very much layman on tax. That's why I'm giving this example. Now, as per your requirement, you can very well do it, right? So this is my syntax. Now let's create a small function. Basically, try to understand. I think this is giving us a good idea that how things are. But let's say I want to add two numbers. So def add. I'm creating the function name as add, and let's say I want to add a comma b. Okay. And then what I want is I want to sum up this value. So let's say C is equal to A plus B. And then I will write print C. So I have created a function which is actually giving us the summation of two numbers. So if I add now and pass two numbers, you can see that it is adding the two. So I've created a simple calculator which is helping me to add the two numbers. Now, for example, my requirement is that I want to store this output. I want to store this output. The output is 30. I want to store in a variable, let's say Z. This is not line number, this is execution. Don't confuse with that. How many times you are executing, this will change. This is not a line number. Now here I applied Z equal to add 10 comma 20, and when I see Z, you can see that the Z is created. It is not giving me any error like Z is not defined. Suppose I am passing capital Z, I am getting an error Z is not defined. But here I am not getting any error that Z is not defined. It is actually created, but it did not give me the output. The reason is that print. We are passing print, so it will print the value. I don't want to print the value. I want to return the value. So I will write return C. And now I will pass it in Z, and now you will see the Z, and you can see that the value is added. Okay. Return will help me to store the value of Z, like store the value of addition in Z. If I will go with print, it will just print the value. It will not return. Like it will not help me to save the value in any variable. Suppose I want to save this value, the text value. Let's say A equal to text calculator. So A, the variable A is created, but it did not store. Okay. So if you want to store, you have to, in place of this print, you have to write return. Now I have to find the financial information of a company, for example, right? So now here I will write, mm, let's say def. I'm creating a function. I'll give the function name as financials, and here I have two inputs. One is what do you say? Financials. Let's say I have revenue and expense. Okay. Now what we want is, I want to find the profit and profit ratio. Now profit is nothing but revenue minus expense. So profit is nothing but revenue minus expense, right? And my profit ratio is nothing but profit divided by revenue. Let's say I'm just creating any random formula. So profit ratio is nothing but profit by revenue. So profit ratio is equal to profit by revenue. That is my formula. Now what I want is, I want to print this, right? Once I will have this calculation ready, I have to print this. So I'll print profit, print profit ratio. Now I am passing financials, and let's say my revenue is 1000 and expense is 100. You can see that we are getting the value. As of now, it is printing the value. But now what I want is, I want to store this value somewhere. So let's say I'll pass A is equal to. You can see that the variable A is created, but it is not storing the value. The reason is that it is printing the value. I want to do the return. That is the purpose of return. Return is basically, I have A. In A, I have to store this function's output. Let me write return. So when I'm writing return two times, you see that it is storing only profit. It is storing only profit. It is not storing profit ratio. That means return will give me only one line. Only one return can be stored, and that will be first one, the first return. It stored the value of the first return. It did not store the value of the second return. But I want to store the value of both the returns. So I will write in the bracket profit ratio as well. And now you can see that I have stored the value of profit and profit ratio in a tuple. It's a tuple, right? If you want it to be a list, you can pass in a square bracket. It will be stored in a list. No issues with that. You can see it's a list. But it is not very intuitive. It is not very intuitive. Like, I'm not understanding that 900 is what, zero point 0.9 is what. I created this formula, that's why I know that. But suppose I don't know, like I'm not a developer, then how will I understand that what 900 is, what zero point 0.9 is? So I will create a dictionary. I will create a dictionary. We know it's a key value pair, right? So I'll create a dictionary, and then here I will write profit in a quotes colon. So this profit is my key, and this profit is my value. And same way here, profit ratio, and you can see a dictionary is created. And now when I execute this and when I execute this, you can see that it is very intuitive for us that yes. This is my profit and profit ratio. Okay. Now here we can have the default value as well. As I mentioned that suppose I don't want to pass the expense. Let's assume that if you are not passing any expense, then the default expense is let's say 150. So if user is not passing any expense, then by default it will take 150 as an expense. According to that, the calculation will happen. Okay. Inverted comma cannot be removed. That is how it works. Okay. Now, how to get that formatting can be done. We can see that later on. How to do the formatting. We can write yes, the profit is and everything we can write that is perfectly fine. Profit ratio is so okay. Now let's talk about some more stuff in the function. So let's say that my requirement is that I have a specific rate. For example, let's say I'm creating a function and that function, or maybe I can say like that, a function has a specific value. For example, let's say I have tax rate equal to 10%. That is like a fixed rate for everyone. And let's say I have two companies. Let's say SBI is one company. For that, I want to apply 10% of the rate, but for PNB, I have to apply 0.5% of the rate. Let's say. Now, I'll create a function for SBI. So def, let's say SBI rate, and again I'm just giving some example, right? As I mentioned, I'm not from text background and all, but yeah, whatever I understand from text, I'm doing that. So here, let's say I want to apply the rate, and I will write one logic that let's say revenue, how much revenue are you earning? How much revenue are you earning? And based on that, I want to apply. I want to apply some tax. So I will do final amount is equal to. And here I will write revenue multiply by tax rate. Now here what will happen? This tax rate will take this value, right? And I will finally print. I am not returning as of now. Let's print final amount. So let me calculate. So SBI rate and let's say some number and tax amount. Based on that, it is calculated. Perfect. Absolutely fine. But now I have PMB. In PMB, my rate is different. So basically, there is a separate PNB rate is going on, and uh, that is as per the company. PNB rate has some different value. So what I will do is I will create a variable inside it. Tax rate equal to 0.5 or 0.05. Now here what will happen? Think about it and you will understand. So here I am creating a variable called tax rate 0.05, and here I have already a variable created tax rate 0.05. Now when I will do the calculation for the PNB, I will call PNB and I'll call, let's say, some value. You can say I'm getting 500. Right? So basically now what's happening? So when I will do the SBI rate calculation, SBI rate gonna take zero point 0.1 only. However, PNB gonna take 0.05. So basically this tax rate is basically a local to the function, local variable. So this will apply in this function only. But in this function, what I will take? I will take the global variable. This is my global variable. Right? So that is how it works. So basically, local will take the priority and then global will take the priority. So here I have a local variable already. So local is taking the priority and here global. Are you guys clear with that, all of you? So this will make things more easy for us to do the calculation. This will make things more easy. And again, we can use this again and again, the function, which it's like a one-time effort for us. Now, the next concept which we will discuss is string operation. I'm not sure how much string operation are you guys gonna use, but that is again the important thing for the programming point of view. So let's see how it works. Suppose I have a string. I have a string and I want to search that string. For example, let's say I am passing the, we can use, yes, absolutely, we can use list functions and everything, like if else and everything. We use that, right? We already saw that. Now here what we want is we want to create a logic, and while learning this we will see some more stuffs which are like for loops and while loops, right? Which is we have to discuss. So I have a list of value. I have a list of value which consists of cities: Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore, and it's a Delhi. Now I'm asking user to put the value. Basically, user is passing some details, and I want to check whether that name is present in this list or not. So city is equal to input, enter the city name. Now here I will write if city in list one, print your city is available, else print your city is not available. So now if I am passing Mumbai, you can see it is saying your city is available because it is able to find that. When I execute, let's say I'm giving space Mumbai, then I'm getting it's not. Now, this topic which we are discussing is string operation. String operation. Again, it's case sensitive, right? If I pass any other city, let's say Surat, so you can see it's not available. Perfect, expected. But when we are passing space Mumbai, or when we are passing Mumbai space, it's not working, right? Mumbai space, it's not working. Obviously, because there is a space. Now, how to handle this? There is a command. Now, city is my variable where I'm passing some value. City is my variable. Dot tab. You see, there are a lot many commands. If you guys remember in the list, we saw that there are a lot many commands. Same way in this particular string also, there are a lot many commands. There is a command called strip. It is case sensitive, guys. I told you, right? Why this question coming again and again? And I want to strip space. So I want to strip space like this. So here also I'll write the same logic. Dot strip, and let me run this. Now I am passing lot money space or any space Mumbai. You can see it is saying it is available. Okay. Suppose I am passing dollar Mumbai. That is also saying not available. So here in the bracket, I will write in the quotes dollar. I want to slice dollar. So let me run this and write dollar Mumbai. You see it is saying available, or Mumbai dollar. It is also saying available. Right. So that is how we can strip, which is something like trim in Excel. Now let's write one code. It will strip as of now dollar. It will not strip space as of now because we gave only dollar. If I write dot strip again and passing the space, then you are passing Mumbai space, it will take care. Now, in input, we can also do that. That is perfectly fine. As of now, I'm just saying cities at this point only I will do that. Versus string, I can do that. Here only, we can do that. Now, there is a concept of for loop and while loop. Let's discuss that so that we can take some tough examples to understand. Now, for loop is a loop which iterates this basically. For example, I have a list one, which consists of the names of my customers. It's A, B, C, D, E. These are the names of my customers. Now, what I want is I want to say hello to everyone. I want to write a code which will help me to say hello to everyone. hello A, hello B, hello C, hello D, hello E, like that. So for that we have this for loop. I will run a for loop. For I in list one. Now here in I, in place of I, you can put anything. In place of I, you can put anything. Colon and enter. So for I in list one, I will write print I. Try to understand this. I in list one. So basically this I will iterate. This I will iterate on every value. First it will be A, then B, then C, then D, then E. One by one it will iterate. And then I will, like as I mentioned, the first value of I will be A, then B, then C, then D, then E. This will, what it will happen is, this I will basically give me A first. Then it will give me B. Then it will give me C. Then it will give me D. Then it will give me E. One by one. So if I execute this, you can see that it is showing me A, B, C, D, E. Right? That is what it is taking one by one. For I in list one, print I. I will iterate. Iterate means one by one it is taking. एक एक करके वो वैल्यू उठाएगा. पहले A लेगा, फिर B लेगा, फिर C लेगा, फिर D लेगा, फिर E लेगा. Now what I want is I want hello I, right? I want hello I. Hello I, hello A, hello B, hello C, hello D, hello E. Right? So that is how my for loop works. And for work in everything. As of now, I'm showing in the tuple. Sorry, I'm showing in the list. It can work in the tuple also, sets also. No issues. Suppose I have some numbers, I can iterate on the numbers also. It requires something. For example, let's say I'm writing uh, uh, Python workshop. Python workshop. A is equal to Python workshop. Now what I want is I want to print this one by one. P Y T H O N W O R K S H O P. One by one I want to print. So for I in A, print I. Everything is case sensitive, guys. For should be small, in should be small, print P should be small, everything is case sensitive. At the very first class I told you, Python is a case sensitive programming language. Let's say I have two lists, for example. For example, let's say I have customer list, which consists of A, B, C, D, E. And I have the order IDs. Order IDs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I want to print the statement as in hello A, your order ID is 1. Hello B, your order ID is 2, and so on. So for I, or let's say for C, comma O, C will iterate on the customer and O will iterate on the order ID. In zip command, which will help me to combine both the lists, like helping me to iterate both the lists simultaneously. So zip is a command which is helping me to iterate both the lists simultaneously. Customer, comma, order ID. Now what I will do, print hello C, your order ID is O. Hello A, your order ID is 1. Hello B, your order ID is 2. If you want to do zip with, if you want to run zip, if you want to run two lists together without zip, then multiple for loops will be required. That will be resource consumption will be more. So zip is the better option. Here we have Python workshop. Someone is saying I want p comma y comma t comma like that. Comma. So as of now, comma is coming in perfectly, no issues. But he says that I want p comma y in the same line. So comma and is equal to this. Basically, and is what a new line character. When I print, it will always go to the new line, right? I don't want new line, so I'm saying that give just space and create the new value. Now suppose I have less value. Suppose I have only 4 values. Execute. You see, it will print till 4 only because for E I have the value, but for O, for C I have the value, but for O I don't have the value. Right? That's why it's giving me only first 4. So it will iterate only 4 times. Now this is about the for loop. So this gives an idea about how for loop runs. Now what we will do is I will talk about the while loop. The usage of the zip is nothing but when I have two lists and in both the lists I want to iterate parallelly. Right? For example, here I have two lists and I have one more list. Region, north, south, south, east, west. And here I want this region list also to iterate. So I'll write R in bracket. I will pass region, which is my list, and then here I will write comma. Your region is R. So you can see that I have three lists and I'm iterating on the three lists simultaneously, or I can say parallelly. Right? So I can have any number of lists, and I can take the first element from the list, first element from the second list, first element from the third list, and print. Same way for the second, for the third, for the fourth, and so on. Now we can check. So someone was asking whether we can have a case sensitive. We can remove the case sensitivity and all. So that is also possible. That is what I will discuss now. So now here what I will do is I'll pass a value. Let's say, or maybe ignore case. We will see later on when we will discuss about the regular expression concept. But as of now, let's say I have a string and I want to know whether that string is a alpha string, numeric string, or so on. So for example, let's say I'm printing Rahul dot is L num. It is checking whether it is alpha numeric or not, right? So whenever I'm passing a string or in string alphabet or a number, it will consider it as alphanumeric. Suppose I'm passing here only 1, 2, 3 also, then also it will give me true. But if I am passing any special character, then it will say false. Then we have is alpha. So is alpha. You see, it is giving me false. But when I pass Rahul or something, it will give me true. But when I pass 1, 2, 3, it is giving me false. And when I pass Rahul 1, 2, 3, it is giving me false as well. So when we have alphabets, then only it will come. Then I want to know print whether the value which you are passing is a digit or not. Is digit, it will give me true because it is a digit, right? It's a 1, 2, 3. It's a digit. So when I'm passing a string, I want to know whether the string is alphabet or numeric, then this command will be used. For example, let's create one code so that we'll have the better understanding. I am passing a string. Enter the string. Okay, I'm passing the string from the, like user is passing the string from this command. If s dot l num is l num, then I can say print it is alpha numeric character. Now inside if I am writing one more if, because once it is alphanumeric, I want to know whether it is alphabet or numbers, right? Because I know when we are passing any alphabet and numbers together, then also it will considered as a alphanumeric. Or if I am passing number only, then also it will considered as a alphanumeric. And when I am passing alphabets only, then also it is considering as alphanumeric. But now I want to check whether the string which you are passing is alphabet or digit separately. I'll check that. So s dot is alpha. Then I will write print alphabet present only. Alphabets present only. Now inside this I will have one more if which will check whether it is lower character or upper character. So if s dot is lower, then print it's a lower case. If s dot is upper, then print uppercase. Else print title case. Title case is like my first character is capital, something like that. Inside this if, I will have else. Inside this if, I will have one else, which will check whether it is number or not. So I will pass else print it is a digit. And then inside this if, I will have some else and else if. So basically for this I have some else, for this I have if else everything. So here also I want to have some else condition for the outer if. So here I will write elif s dot is space. We can check whether there is a space or not. So if there is a space, then print it is a space. Else print it looks like a special character. Done. The logic is built. Now whenever I am passing some value, let's say I'm passing Rahul, you can see it is an alphanumeric, it is alphabet only, lowercase. When I'm passing RAHUL capital, you can see alphanumeric, alphabets only, uppercase. When I'm passing RAHUL, alphanumeric, alphabets and title case. So it's helping me understand which type of string it is. Suppose I'm passing 1, 2, 3. So you can see it is alphanumeric and digit. It will directly jump to this part. If I am giving space, it is directly jumping to it is a space. And if I am passing, let's say dollar, so it's look like a special character. So that is how we can check which type of input you are passing. Okay. Now we have a while loop. We have a while loop. Now while loop is nothing but basically helping me again do some iteration, but this time I don't require. So when I'm passing dollar Rahul, so someone is asking dollar Rahul, so it will give me special character because dollar is taking the priority. Now, for example, let's say I'm coming up with a new Python course and I want to give some discount to my students. Let's say I have 5 coupon codes. I want to give 5 students a discount. So I will give this thing. What do you say? I'll create a variable coupons is equal to 5 because I want to give 5 coupons, right? I have 5 coupons with me. As of now, I did not start the marketing. So how many coupons are utilized? Zero coupons are utilized because as of now, I did not start the marketing. So utilized is equal to zero. Now I will write the while loop. So basically the syntax of the while loop is while condition colon and then statement. These two statements are inside the loop, these two statements, and this statement is my outside the loop. So when my loop will complete, then this statement will run, else this statement will not run. Till the time my loop is running in, only these two statements will run. And once my condition is not satisfying, then it will get outside the loop and print the last statement. So now what I want is while utilized is greater than equal to 0. Till the time the utilized is, or I can say greater than equal to 5. Till the time my utilized value is, should be less than. Till the time my utilized value is less than or equal to 5. Till that time it should run. This loop should run. What is the current value of utilized? The current value of utilized is 0. So is 0 less than equal to 5? The answer is yes. When it is saying yes, it will get inside the loop. So colon, then I will say print the total coupons left are comma coupons minus utilized. Utilized is equal to utilized plus 1. And then I will at the end print no coupons left. Outside the loop, print no coupons left, which is outside the loop. We can write utilized less than equal to 5 also, coupons also, that is perfectly fine. Now here, what will happen? What is the current value of utilized? 0. So utilized is less than equal to 5. Yes. So 0 is less than equal to 5. It will get inside the loop. Once it will get inside the loop, the total coupons left are coupons minus utilized. What is the value of coupons? The value of coupon is 5. What is the value of utilized? The value is 0. 5 minus 0 is 5. Then it will print the total coupon left are 5. Then it will go to the next line. It will update the value of utilized. Let's say someone purchased the coupon. Someone purchased the course and the coupon value increased. The utilized value increased. Utilized equal to utilized plus 1. So now the new value of utilized is 1. So it will go back to the loop. Is 1 less than equal to 5? The answer is yes. So again the condition is satisfied. It will get inside the loop. Now as the utilized value is 1, so the total coupon left are coupons which is 5 minus 1, 4. So it will print the total coupon left are 4. Earlier it was printing total coupon left are 5. So 1 reduced. Again the increment happened. The new utilized value is 2 because already there is a utilized value as 1. It incremented by 1. So now it is 2. So the new value of utilized is 2. It will go back to the loop and it will again check. Is 2 less than equal to 5? Yes. It will go again. The coupon left are coupon which is 5 minus utilized 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. and so on. This cycle will go on and on and on. Once I'll reach 6, because obviously till 5 the condition is satisfying. So my utilized value is 5 plus 1, 6. Now it will go back to the loop. Is 6 less than equal to 5? The answer is no. So it will not get inside the loop. It will directly go to the this line. No coupons left. So let's see whether it is giving the same output. And you can see that yes, it is giving the same output. So that is how we can apply a while loop. Till the time the condition is satisfied, this loop will gonna run. Are you guys clear with this? All of you? I'll take a pause for 2 minutes. Any questions you have, please let me know. All right. Colon will always be there. It's a syntax. It should always be there. Yeah, indentation is very important. If you're not passing this correct tabs, it will be a problem. The tabs should be properly placed. If you are passing like this, it will give you the indentation error always. So this should be properly placed. If you are passing like this also, you will see it will give me error. So it should be properly placed. Now with this, let's create one tough concept. Anywhere we can use, anywhere, right? Not only garment store, everywhere. Think of loop, right? Everywhere you can find it. Reservations, maybe if you want to purchase something there, or whatever we think of, you will find a loop. Let's create one interesting logic, and this will open up your brains, guys. Let's make it a bit of tough logic. I have a string, let's say Python coding, Python coding. I want to find C. So S dot find, I want to find what? C. Or let's say I want to find coding, coding. I am getting 6. Why? Because indexation starts with 0 in Python. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At the sixth position, the word is going to start. At the sixth position, this coding word is starting. It will give me the first occurrence. Okay. And if that word is not there, for example, I am making C as small, you see coding is not there. Small c is not there. So when the string is not present, then it will give me -1. -1 means it's not present. That's it. So whatever thing we are passing, let's say I'm passing p, it will give me 0 because p is at the very start. If I'm passing small p, or let's say I'm passing p, or let's say I'm passing z, it will give me -1 because it is not present. Now my requirement is whatever we have done and here we'll discuss about the break statement as well. So whatever we have done, while loop and everything, we will try to implement the logic. I have a string, let's say python something like this. This is my string. My requirement is that I want to find the position of n where n's are present. At what index n's are present? There are various n's, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the fifth position, n is there. Sixth position, n is there. Seventh position, n is there. Ninth position, n is there. 11th position, n is there, and so on. There are a lot many n's are present. My requirement is that I want to find all the n's. I want to find the index of all the n's. At what position it is present. So I will use this find command and try to solve the problem. So this is my main string. So let's give this as main string, or I can give this name as s. And I want to find what? So I want to find f is equal to n. I want to find n. Okay. Now I will create few variables. Flag equal to false, position equal to -1, n is equal to length of s. Length of s is what? This is my s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There are 20 characters in this. So when I check n should have 20. That is 20 characters. Length of s. Now I'm writing a loop while true. While true. That means my condition will always be true. If my condition will always be true, it may go to the infinite loop because it will never make my condition false. And we discussed that if the condition is true, it will always run the loop. That means looks like I may go with a infinite loop, but obviously I have to break that. I don't want my loop to run infinite, so there is a command called break which will run in some time. But here while true, position is equal to s dot find. I want to find what? I want to find f, right? I want to find f. Where I want to find f? Position plus 1 comma n. Now what does this mean? If I am writing here 0 comma 20, it will look for from 0 to 20th position. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I am looking for z in this range. Suppose I am looking for c, it will give me what? If I am looking for c, it will give me what? 6. So basically between 0 and 20, I have only c which is at 6. Let's say I'm writing 0 till 4. You see I'm getting -1 because from 0 to 4, I don't have c, right? So this is nothing but my start position and the end position. Same way here also position plus 1. My position variable I already created as -1. And you see it's starting from 0. So I'm saying position plus 1. So -1 plus 1 is 0. 0 comma n. N is nothing but length of sales or length of s. That is 20. So it is looking for f in the entire string starting from 0 to 20. And then if let's say output I'm getting is -1. So if my position value is still -1 after running this above command, then can I say that I don't have any value present? I don't have n present. So it will break the loop and I will go if flag is equal to true, print or I can say flag is equal to false, because as of now I'm setting the flag as false. So false, then print not found. So here the value of position, again I'll explain this concept. So position is equal to -1. I'm trying to reset the value of position. I'm looking for f. What is my f? My f is nothing but n. I'm looking for n. From where? Position value is -1. So -1 plus 1 is what? 0. 0 comma n. N is what? 20. So I'm looking for f between 0 comma 20. That is from here to here. 0 comma 20. And if n is present, then obviously my value of position will change to that position where the n is present. It will no longer be -1. But yes, if the value is not present, then it will be -1 only. Because that is what we saw here, right? So suppose n is not present, so it will come here, and my position is -1. It will break the loop and it will directly jump to this, and it will check that my flag value is false. So it will say not found. N is not found. I am writing while equal to true because I don't want to stop the loop. I want to stop the loop only when my condition is not satisfying. That's it. Else it will run the loop multiple times. And then here I will print found at index position, the new position value. And flag I am making it as true. This is my final logic. Now we will try to understand this again. Flag is nothing but a variable I am creating. I can create anything. I can create any name. Not compulsory that it should be flag. You can give your name also. That is completely fine. But now let's try to understand. I have S. S, if you count this total number of value, I have 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the value of n is nothing but 20 because we are passing a length of s. So the value of n will be 20. Flag, I am creating a variable assigning the value as of now as false. And I am looking for n in my string. So f is nothing but what you are looking for in the string. I am looking for n. Position equal to -1 I am assigning as of now because I know that if no value will be there, then it should be -1. That's why I am assigning the value. While true. Now this loop, as it is while true, this loop will run always because it is true. So it will get inside the loop. S dot find f. I want to find f. What if f? What is f? N. I want to find n. Where? Position plus 1 comma n. Position plus 1 is what? 0. 0 comma n is what? 20. I am looking for f, which is nothing but n between 0 and 20. Because this n is nothing but this value, length of s. So once it will find n here, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the position number 5, n is present. So my position value will become what? 5. Then it will go to the next line. If position equal to -1, is my value of position is -1? No. So it will break the loop. Sorry, it will not break. It will go to the next line. It will go to this line. Or let me write something like O because I think you guys are getting confused with n. O. I am looking for O. Now f is O. So I am looking for O between what? 0 and 20 because n is my 20 length of s. Now what will happen? It is F. I'm looking for O from 0 to 20. Then what will happen? It will go here. It will find O. It will find here. So my new position value will be that value. So if my position is -1, no, it is not -1. So it will go to the next line. This line. It will say found at index number position. So it will give me this position. And then it will assign the value of flag as true. It will assign the value of a flag as true. And then it will go back to the loop because my loop is still gonna run. So flag is helping me to reset the value. I think people are getting confused with this code. I told you this requires a lot of concentration. My requirement is that I already told you, Falguni, my requirement is that I'm looking for my string O in this string. Are you guys getting the requirement? I'm looking for how many times this O is present. Show me the index value. Then I am creating some flags. So this is my flag which is false. We discussed double equal to sign and single equal to sign in the previous class. Operators. Double equal to sign is what? Double equal to sign is for comparison. Single equal to sign is for assignment. Praveen. So I'm creating this flag equal to false. You can give anything here. No issues with that. Why I want this flag, I'll come to that in some time. Position, I am giving the value as -1. I am hardcoding it. Length of S will give me 20 because if you count this, I will have 20. Now, while true, now my condition will always be true. It will get inside the loop. S dot find F. I want to find what? F. What is F? O. Where I want to find? Position plus 1. Position value is what? -1. -1 plus 1 is what? 0. That means from here, from 0, indexation starts with 0. Till where? N is equal to 20. Till here. Find what? O between this and this. If you will find O, it will show me that position value. This position value will update or not? All of you guys. So now, can I say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4? The new position of the POS is 4. The value of POS is 4. So if I will compare this, if position equal to -1, is my value -1? No, right? So it will go, it will never get inside this break. Where it will go? It will go to the next line. Found at index number 4. Can I say that? Now, once this line will be printed, it will go to the next line and it will assign the value of flag as true. Because now I already found the first iteration of O. That's why I don't want to get inside this. I never want to go inside this because this line should only execute when there is no O in the entire string. So as I am making the value of flag as true, it will always be true now, and this part of the code will never execute. Are you understanding now? So it will go back from this flag, it will go back to the true. You can write this loop with the while or for also, Gaurav, but I'm making this tough so that you guys can have some tough understanding as well. This code can be written in a simple way also. But if you guys want a simple way, I can go with a simple way also, right? So let's make it tough. Simple thing can everyone can do simple. Now it will go back to the loop. It will look for again O. This cycle will go on and on and on and on. Once I will go here, my position value will be what? This value 19. 19 plus 1 is 20. 20 comma 20. I'm looking for what? I'm looking for O. So basically here I'm looking for O. O is not there. So it will give me -1. Once it will give me -1, it will break from here and it will go here. But as the flag value is already updated to true, this part of a code will not run. This part of the code will not run. Okay. So that is how my loop gonna work. Let me execute this. You can see I am getting this one. Any questions here? Please let me know. This is the example which I wanted to talk about. Now you can ask question. Any doubts? Any questions? Please ask. Because this is the tough example which I gave you. Now everything should be clear from this example. Can we type pos equal to as defined? Then I need assign one. Because I want to make it dynamic. Arvind, if you are making 0 here, please think logically, guys. It will look for O from 0 always, right? So it will be infinite loop. My requirement is my value should proceed further and further and further. My position value is changing, but here position value is not changing. It is starting from 0. So when I run this part, it will be infinite loop. It will always start from 0. But I want to proceed, right? That's why I am making things dynamic so that my position value should increment always. Break will only run when I am not finding a string. For example, let's say I'm looking for T. Let's say I'm looking for T. No, sorry, I'm looking for a Z. Let's say. What is that? I'm looking for Z. Not found. Now here what will happen? It will go inside the loop looking for Z between 0 and 20. Z is present? No. So S dot find will give me what? -1. So position equal to -1. As position equal to -1, it will break. Once it will break, it will directly go to this loop. And then it will find for flag equal to false and it will print not found. Okay. What if I don't have flag equal to true? There is a question coming in. Then at the end, it will, let's say I'm not passing this flag equal to true. I'm not passing flag equal to true. And I'm looking for T. Or let's say I'm looking for O. You see, it is giving me all the values and at the end it is saying not found. Which is wrong, right? I found that. That means at the last, when I am going at the end, it is giving me the position value as -1. Then it will directly go to this part and it will print not found, which is wrong. We found O multiple times. That is why once I am finding at the very first time O, it will make flag as true because I found the first iteration itself. Okay, that's why this true is required. Clear, all of you? Why there are single equal to sign, double equal to sign? If you did not attend the last class, single equal to sign is for the assignment, double equal to sign is for comparison. I'm comparing position equal to -1. Here I'm assigning the value. Here I'm comparing the value. Here I'm assigning the value. Single equal to sign is assigning. Double equal to sign is comparison. No, there is no function which will give me directly. If everything function will do, then what is our job, right? I can call the function. That is some logics we have to build also. Else IT people will not survive. All right. I hope this is making sense to majority of the people. Do you guys want to do some homework? Do you guys need some homework? Yeah. Okay, let me give some homework. Threading is possible, but threading is a big concept that requires 4 5 hours to discuss about. Let's say I have a keyword Python. I'm giving you the homework, guys. Maybe you can try from yourself. I have a keyword called Python. What is the index of P? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I say this? This is my index. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I want is I want all the even numbers. P, T, O. And all the odd numbers. Y, H, N separately. I want PTO separately, YHN separately. Okay. All the even index together I want, all the odd index together I want. That is my first homework. Then the second is I have name one, which is James, and name two, which is John. My requirement is the output which I am looking for is JJAOMHEN. J J A O M H E N. Okay. Alternatively, I want the output. That is my second one. Whatever we have discussed with that, you should be able to solve it. Homework 3. I'll share the video for this tomorrow so that you guys get the solution also. My input is B4 A1 D3 and the output is ABD 134. You see ABD 134. Alphabetically, I am sorting ABD. Numerically, I am sorting 134. So input is B4 A1 B3. Output is ABD 134. and last one is homework 4. So here we are going to have my input as A4, B3, C2, and output I am looking for is A, B, 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 C, C. A4, so 4 times A, B3, so 3 times B, and C2, so 2 times C. That is how I want the output. Okay, so these are the 4 examples which you can try. I'll ping this in WhatsApp also if you guys want. Now, let's talk about the new concept, which is finding what you want. I'll share all these files with you guys. I already shared one link. In that link, you will find all the files. So don't worry about it. So the next concept which we have is regular expressions. Regular expressions are basically nothing but, again, playing with the strings only. For example, let's say I want to check whether my phone number is correct or not. Now, how will I do that? There is a package called RE. There is a package in Python which comes by default called RE. In RE package, there is a function called full match. For digits, we write slash D. Slash D means digits. I'm looking for digits. If I'm looking for characters, then slash W. Right? That comes with the RE package. So my requirement is phone number input, enter your phone number. I am asking user to enter the phone number. And then I'm writing, let's say M is equal to RE dot full match. What I want, in India, the phone numbers are starting from 6 to 9, right? Either my phone number will be starting with 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. So here I am passing in a square bracket 6 hyphen 9 means that any value between 6 and 9, including 6 and 9. Slash D9. After that, I can have any number, any 9 numbers, right? Where I'm looking for in the phone number. So if my first number will be between 6 and 9, and after that there will be 9 numbers, then it's a valid phone number, where I'm not considering the country code and all those things as of now. And now what I will write is if M colon equal to none. Because if this particular function is not giving me any output, that means my phone number is invalid. Because this function will give me what? Either matching or not matching, true or false, something like that it should give me. So if M not equal to none, then I will write print S or I can say print phone number, comma, is a valid number. Else, print phone number is not a valid. You can see I'm passing a number. It is a valid number. Let me see. My phone number is starting with 4. It's not a valid number. So whenever you are passing a number with 6 and 9, the first number should be 6 and 9. 6 to 9, any number. After that, it should have 9 numbers. Okay. Same way we can do for PAN card also. In PAN card, I think first 5 characters are character alphabets, then 4 numbers, and I think 1 character after that, right? Something like that. So let's see that whether it is possible or not. Enter your PAN number. So my first 4 characters are alphabets. That can be capital A to Z or small a to Z both, right? 6-9 is not considered minus. It is 6 till 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. My number will start with 6, 7, 8. My first 5 characters are alphabets, right? M will not give you any value. M will give you the memory location. That's why I'm not showing you. When I'm running here, 964339330 and when I check M will give me some memory location. This will you will not understand what it is. It's storing internally basically. It is checking the span and everything and give me that. But if I am passing a wrong number 4555 something, then M will be empty. As M will be empty, it will go to this, not a valid. Now here in the PAN card, I have first, second, third, fourth, 5. There are 5 characters, right? 5 alphabets. That can be smaller caps. Then 4 numbers. Then slash D, 4 numbers. And then again alphabets. Let's see whether it is working. 4555 is not a valid. Why 455 is coming in? It's taking PAN. I want to take PAN, 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 PAN. It's a valid number. Not a valid number, right? Let me remove this entire multiple A to Z's and make it curly braces 5 times. It's a valid number. Not a valid number. Are you understanding this code? How we can validate the phone PAN numbers? So you created a beautiful code. Okay. So that is how you can create. Now again, we will talk about this in the next class also about the regular expression. Some more web scraping, everything will come here only. We'll discuss that in the next class. We'll stop here. Any questions here? Let me know. Can we have one more condition PAN with both alphabet should be BCJ? Yes, we can do that also. So there is a question coming from Praveen. He is saying that can we have fourth, can we have a condition in pan that fourth alphabet should be P, C, F, A, J? So I will go with here three times. Then in the fourth, I have a condition. In the fourth, I have a condition. The condition is what? It should be either P, C, F, A, J. So A, F, U, P, P, 8712, I. It's a valid number. Okay. Now let me put fourth character, any other apart from this. A, F, U, Z, T, I. Not a valid. Okay. So that is how we solve the problem. Now you don't have to put or between, you will just write like this. That is perfectly fine. Five is the size. I want five characters, right? This five is nothing but I want five alphabets. Four numbers. Then again, one more time alphabet. So here you solve the problem and your PAN card logic is ready. We can pass input Excel sheet and run this also. Yes, absolutely, we can do that. Maybe I'll see if I can come up with some solution. You can very well do that. So my input will be not manual. My input will be from the this thing. What do you say? Excel. That is possible. Not a problem. Okay. So here I stop and I hand it over to Jigisha.
Yeah, so today we learned lot of things and you explained it very nicely and thoroughly enjoyed today's lecture. And thank you so much on behalf of WIRC for giving your precious time here and looking forward to future seminars. Thank you so much. Now we can close.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.